What's up YouTube? It's Australian here again with another Legends of Runeterra how to play tutorial. Today we're going to analyze how to play the Gwen Katarina Elise infinite combo deck. This deck is a very strong combo deck that currently has a 56% win rate on ladder. It has a lot of different types of combos, synergies, and a variety of different game finishers. One of the most important things you want to achieve early on in the game is to make sure you have at least one Hallowed. This is because of Eternal Dancers. The text for Eternal Dancers is attack. Revive an attacking ephemeral copy of the strongest dead ally other than Eternal Dancers with my power or less. The key part of that sentence is the last part, with my power or less. Eternal Dancers has 3 power, and all the units you want to revive have 4 power, such as a level Katarina, Rune Reckoner, and Fallen Reckoner. This deck has 3 different win conditions. 1. Going wide and swarming the board with cheap units such as Legion Rearguard, House Spider, Phantom Butler, Boisterous Host, and Arachnoid Sentry. 2. Using Eternal Dancers to generate a variety of combos that we'll cover shortly. 3. Lastly, we have Harrowing that brings back a lot of strong units that have previously died. We'll break down each method on how to use it in detail. When going wide, you want to drop all your cheap units and try to chip as much Nexus damage as possible. Arachnoid Sentry is a great card for this because you can use it both offensively and defensively. For example, if it's turn 5 and the opponent drops a Kayn so he has 0 unit mana left, then you can drop the Arachnoid Sentry to stun the Kayn and full swing on the Nexus and the opponent won't have any blockers. You could also use it defensively to prevent the enemy champion from getting a strike. Let's use Kayn again as the example. Kayn needs 2 strikes to level up, and if he has the attack token when Kayn is dropped on turn 5, you can stun the Kayn. That means he can't get a strike this turn. And if you don't attack on turn 6 so Kayn can't block, the earliest Kayn can level up without using any spells would be turn 8. Elise is also a unit to help you go wide, but you don't need to try to level Elise. And don't be afraid to trade her if necessary. Elise isn't necessarily a win condition in this deck, but a really good 2-drop that summons a 1/1 spider. Use Elise to help you go wide on the board. The next win conditions are your combos, and this deck is full of them, and they're really interesting to play too. A lot of this deck requires your units to be dead then alive, so it's in your best interest to get value trades with your units. We can combo Eternal Dancers with a dead Rune Reckoner. This means that every time Eternal Dancers attacks, it summons a Rune Reckoner, which gives a free Midnight Raid, which allows Eternal attackers to attack again. If the enemy can't kill or remove Eternal Dancers and have no units on the board, then this is an infinite combo and wins the game there and then for you. Eternal Dancers with a dead leveled Katarina is the same concept as with Rune Reckoner. You bring back a Katarina and she will rally every single time you attack, giving you an infinite combo with Eternal Dancers and Katarina. Eternal Dancers with a dead Fallen Reckoner. This makes a unit not be able to block, and the fact that you're bringing back the Fallen Reckoner means you probably already have an enemy unit on the board not being able to block. This usually isn't game ending, but sets you up for a very strong Harrowing for future attack turns. It also gives you a Risen Reckoner, which is a card that you want to bring back with Harrowing. Eternal Dancers with a dead leveled Gwen usually gives 2 or more drain. Since Gwen has quick attack, you can attack once and then rally or Midnight Raid on Gwen to get her leveled with a second attack. Even if she dies on that second attack, she'll level because of a quick attack, and when you bring her back with Harrowing or Eternal Dancers, she'll come back leveled. The last thing is Harrowing. Harrowing is going to bring back Katarina, and if you have the attack token, then ideally you want to have units on the board to get 1 attack in first. Then use Harrowing to get the rally from Katarina and attack again. Or you could use Harrowing when you don't have the attack token to get a rally from Katarina. Harrowing is also great for when it brings back Risen Reckoners, since these units have Overwhelm and also grants can't block to the weakest enemy unit, which allows you to deal a lot of damage with Harrowing. Generally speaking, you want a Harrowing to be the last card you play since it's a game ender. Lastly, I want to talk about the deck's removals. This deck runs cheap removals with Ravenous Flock, Vile Feast, and Hate Spike. The idea how to use these spells is the same. You can sacrifice one of your cheap units to trigger Ravenous Flock or Hate Spike. Vile Feast is a very flexible card. You can use it to ping 1 damage, use it to remove barrier, or you can use it to preemptively get a 1/1 blocker on the board. If you've gotten this far, I appreciate you watching, and if you enjoyed this video and want to see more from me, then please hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps me out. If there's any other decks you want to see in this kind of breakdown, then drop a comment down below and let me know what you want to see. You can find the deck list in the description below, and next up, let's analyze from the top players how to pilot this deck.
On the next match,
so this is a great
hand. I'm thinking that you
have 2 Phantom Butlers, so you have 2 Hallowed.
What do you think?
You have the Arachnoid Sentry to apply pressure on the defensive turn, and your Bob Feast. Maybe I'd mulligan the Bob Feast. Okay, yeah, so there it goes. Oh wow, that's a Boisterous Host. Now you have a 1-drop and a 2-drop.
Start off with a Host as well, so he could even go for 2 damage opening as well. So the aggression is gonna start as early as turn 1. So here's the big question: how is Bright gonna control all this? Because the Butler is gonna be doing so much damage just with the Pearson tech all by himself.
Yep, so you play your Phantom Butler on a 2-drop mana curve.
This is a lot of damage on the board of
so
fast decks right now. Boisterous Host with Butler.
You can drop another Butler.
Well,
the other option was Arachnoid Host, but I don't think that's worth it. It's not to stun like a 0/3, especially when you have 3 spell mana left.
But of course, that's
and right now he has no blockers, so he still has no blockers. This is 11 damage.
Of 6. So
actually, sorry, you can block the 2/1, but you're going to deal 6 damage at least.
If it's going to be giving Hallowed down the line to the first attacker, and the order, is this the right order, Moonboy?
At this point in time, it's not really about order because
order doesn't matter because there's no Hallowed
as well. So he could just go for the attack irregardless. But the question is he willing to trade the Host with one of the Broadwing, because Bright would have the advantage, and the Broadwing could still take out the Butler the next turn as well. So this is a big question mark for him, because this 6 dam going in is inevitable for Bright NA.
Yeah, he's not going to be...
okay, so now he has 1 Hallowed.
He's not going to be able to block that 6 damage because of that Fearsome. Now, on the next turn, I mean, it's going to be...
okay, so as of right now, he still has no
challenge, just
Fearsome blockers.
To remove those
but he is going to he's going to remove those 3/1s just because of the challenge.
Right here. And this is going to happen, but one of the broadside
and then he can drop. So this is good that he passed, because now after this you can play Gwen.
Yeah, so at the same time he's only dealing 1 damage, but the bot is what matters, right? But just because Bright NA went for this attack, it allows his opponent to play the Gwen this same turn, and the snip is going to be activated as well. The Hallowed is just going to be starting to stack, so it's not looking good for Bright NA as the turn goes by, and he has to be
so Gwen's coming
the
down.
only way that he could remove the Gwen the next turn is likely going to be the Concerted Strike, but he could not have enough points of damage to take out the Gwen.
Right, so he doesn't have any other cards to play. He's got 2 Harrowing. So you just go for phase, you take one of the units down.
You can see the Gwen
and then you deal 2 damage.
Deal a total of 8 damage on the Nexus of Bright NA. And looking at this side of the board, there's not a lot of units right there. There's only 1 Arachnoid Sentry on Fast Deck's hand to possibly put down. But still, I'm still hopeful as to Bright NA's situation right here, because as you can see, he can actually put down an Ibex or a Tarek after the attack resolves.
Yeah, but I mean, what Bright NA wants to do now is to widen up his board, right? He needs a good defense against his opponent.
Yep, does 2 damage. Now he's down to 10
have to block
health.
as much damage that the Gwen is trying to throw at him. So, it's going to be
I think just straight pass, yeah. There's no point playing any cards right now.
And there's nothing much that the Gwen player could do. Take a look at his hand, right? Harrowing is
you don't need to develop the Arachnid
and
first.
he's probably saving it for a finale moment later on in the late game.
Oh man, But is
just
there a
keep
chance
passing.
that he might use a Harrowing for a defense play in case Bright NA develops? So, I mean, this will probably be an
I
open
wouldn't
attack.
even
And there
play
you
the
go.
Katarina this turn.
Esmus into Tarek into Ibex. This is going to be only one unit on the side of the board of Fastnex to just
How much damage is he taking here?
rearranges it.
1,
This is
5,
kind of a tricky situation right now. You have to
6,
rearrange it so that you get the support
I think
in the
6,
proper
8,
order. And there you go. Esmus, Tarek, Esmus into Ibex.
9,
Looks right.
9
Looks
damage.
right now.
Yep, he have
because
to,
of the plus one
get
plus one
the
from
values
both the
more value coming in from Tariq,
the
right?
barb
Just have to
units.
position it well.
Yeah.
So
And I
that
think
the
Tariq is
supporters
+2.
unit get toughness. So probably this is the best lineup that Bright could do, and he could even follow up with a Golden Aegis onto the Tariq for a 2x attack this turn as well.
Oh, Tariq is +1.
It, man, look at that. He goes into the open attack knowing that his opponent, if he develops some more, that his opponent might develop some more as well on this side of the board. And the Ibex gets
Gwen has done 8, so I think Gwen is actually going to level on this attack.
Going to be 1
if he doesn't get
5,
removed.
6 plus 1, it's going to be 7 damage going in. The Gwen flips, and of course, as you said, Moon Boy, Golden Aegis is a definite option right now.
Yeah, but if the Golden Aegis fire off onto the Tariq, right, that also means that a Reckonoid Sentry is so valuable this turn because, he could just stun the Tariq and not allow him to have another attack after this as well. So it's all down to Bright. What is he going to do this turn? Is he going to just play the Lauren Prodigy and just hope for, the opponent actually spend this 3 mana away so that a Reckonoid Sentry could not be a problem for Bright?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be the question right now for.
I feel like he needs to try to level the Katarina.
Will you just put down the Lauren Protege, or
although there's nothing
will
really you can do right now.
What are the chances of the opponent, or if your opponent will be having a block right there, or will be having a stun right there?
Wow, he passes.
Look at that.
I would take the pass. I would get rid of the Blade's Edge and just pass.
A pass on the Golden Aegis. So, I mean, if you were on the position of fast attacks, you would actually take this, right?
Yep, I mean, that was a good pass coming in from Bright, right? Just forces his opponent to react. And right here, the Gwen player is really behind in terms of bot state. So, he's forcing him to do something, but instead, passing here is fine. He's just wasting Bright NA's mana at the same time. And this attack coming in as well, the Katarina is going to be bouncing back, it's going to be leveling up as well. So, he's going to have multiple attacks this turn if Bright NA, didn't block carefully.
Okay, there you go. Gonna get some snips right there, and of course the Katarina will be able to flip and again get some rally in. Right, so that's going to be
he has enough damage to do it.
Good cycle of attacks.
Yeah, I mean, he has a Tariq on the board, so.
Now on the side of the board of Bright NA, he's going to be defending. And he might actually use a concern.
I'm surprised he's doing the Gwen. So the thing with
the Gwen
not killing the Katarina is the Katarina's going to level, and then it's going to give Harrowing a rally.
Oh, now how is Gwen? How is Fast Attacks going to be handling this? Will he be using using a spell to draw, or will he be using another spell to bring out the husk? What are his options right now, Gwen?
Well, Glimpse Beyond is likely the play, right? But I think, he wants to take out the Esmus so that, not much value could be produced with this Esmus as well.
Right, so now you have a level Gwen and a level Katarina.
But,
well, not yet a level Katarina, but if that Katarina dies,
so
it's going to come back with a rally and Harrow.
A Harrowing play to close off the game the next turn.
So he can essentially drop Katarina here again.
That's going to be quite.
Yeah, and it's okay if Katarina dies now.
Of course, for the next turn, Harrowing, and there you go. He goes for the Glimpse Beyond on that husk, and let's see what he's gonna draw on Bright. And he said, "Oh, Katarina again." Oh wow, amazing draw right there. But not really what you need. You have to get some more units in on your side. Maybe another Gwen or
he shouldn't even be scared to. Yeah, exactly.
He's
Just drop the Katarina. You have another one anyways.
More damage is equal to a free.
In fact, I would actually just let this Katarina die.
His side. He doesn't
He has
actually
8
have
mana
to
next turn.
deal the attack or do the
And
attack.
yeah, he can just Harrow.
But with
he's gonna get the rally
zero
too.
cost blade right there, that's gonna go straight to the Nexus.
Yep. So
I mean, that's
even
I think if he goes in, that's if he attacks with Hallowed, I think that's 8
a lot
damage.
Of aggression. Yes, he support like the Kera player get to have another attack this turn, but the Tariq is in the way, right? The Katarina can't do anything, and even if the Katarina goes for the attack, she's gonna be bounced back, and that just leaves his bot empty. So he might just go for the pass here, and there's nothing that the Katarina player could do this turn.
Yes, that's gonna be just a blade going into the Nexus. That's the more damage and that's more fun as well. Now,
you don't want the Katarina to go back to your hand, so
turn is going to be quite crucial for Bright NA because that's when
so the Vile Feast here is used to get a 1/1 blocker. That's the only reason why he's using this.
Vile Feast going in,
and also so that he can trade the 4/4 with the Katarina.
Yep. And
so now the 1/1 can essentially block the Tariq, and the 4/4, the Katarina blocks into the 4/4.
And I believe Bright have a really good over attack this turn, right? So he got the units advantage as well. So this way, Bright is just going in for the offense and just trying to blast him down and just remove his bot state as of right now.
Yeah, this is going to be quite a nice open attack for a Bright NA, and now it's looking like still he has the advantage, and as you said, on the next turn a Harrowing would be actually really crucial for a possible finish. So this is also a crucial turn, and this might actually be the Aegis turn that we were waiting for in the few turns ago.
Yeah, this is definitely the.
I'm surprised he's not giving a +1/+1 to the 4/4.
If he's not gonna do anything this turn, the Harrowing is gonna be so devastating for him the next turn as well. But I mean, he do not know that his opponent have Harrowing, but he would expect or even anticipate that the Harrowing is definitely coming in. And there we have Tariq going in for the level up as well, and Bright is just looking good with this attack.
Yes. Looking good with that attack, and of course, look at that.
So the fact that Katarina dies now is actually crucial because that gives Harrowing the rally.
And the Harrowing, it's actually kind of a telltale.
That is
right, Moonboy? If you're
incredibly good play.
Your opponent and one of those or two of those cards are not moving, probably they're expensive, or if your opponent
that should be GG there.
Right, they're actually waiting for the perfect turn to use that.
So that's
now,
at least 1 damage to
face.
face.
On the side of the board,
you're gonna do I think 4 with Gwen.
Fast decks, he actually uses a Harrowing and gets the attack token. This is really
and you have another like 8
very
damage with
very intimidating
with Hallowed
right now.
Like he's gonna put the 1/1 spider on
as well, right? Sacrificing the Katarina so that
as the first unit, and that is I think that's gonna make it a 5/1.
And this way,
the Gwen I think is gonna turn to an 8/5
as well. So this is gonna be a very aggressive push coming in from the Katarina player, and this might be it, right? If
I mean, he had like Bright NA has to drop a defender, like he has to drop the long
coming into him the next turn.
I don't think using Katarina on the left is the right thing. I think you want to use the 1/1 spider.
8, 11, 14, plus 2, 16, 17, and of course, snip as well. Going to be dealing more damage, and there you go. And of course, the blade as well. Oh man, this is going to be
there it is.
Such a
so you have the 1 that turns to a 5/1.
It's really looking bad.
Because you can only block 3, right? So you're gonna block those 3, and then the next 3 is that's 6 damage, that's 8 damage. Gwen does 4 damage, and then in hand you have 1 additional damage.
If you're gonna block the 4/3 and the 4/5 and the force one of the 3/1s.
No, you're gonna block the 1/1.
Of course, it's gonna be still favorable to you. So what's going to go in is
that's lethal.
5, 3, 3, and 5, 3, and 2. So it's gonna be 8, 2. It's still gonna be exact.
I think
it's gonna be more than enough, man.
Yeah,
it's more than be more than enough.
It's over.
Yeah.
Yep, and there you have, ladies and gentlemen, the advocate of fast deck is going to be taking home this win against Bright NA 2-1, and he will be moving to the top 4 right after this win
and that's
as well.
game.
So congratulations
So
once again
yeah,
from
I
the
hope you
advocate of
guys
fast
kind of
deck.
understood how to play that deck.
Indeed,
This deck
that did
is
its
full
job,
of
that
really
he
fun
advocated
combos.
this fast deck
Harrowing,
to
Fallen
us.
Reckoner, Rune Reckoner. I don't think he even played Fallen Reckoner or Rune
Indeed,
Reckoner.
and he